So we have the bulk of a container of bees and alcohol for the sample, and then a box full of bees for the sample, and a tray full of larvae and all kinds of other fun stuff. You can see pollen. You can see some bees that were in their pupation state that got bumped from the wax, and then all of the young larvae.
So pollen is those yellow chunks?
Yes, these little chunks are pollen.
Okay.
So I'm going to wash that larva, and I'm going to wash it through a cloth and try to remove all of the adult bees and try to remove some of that
You got
pollen.
an ant collection there.
What's that?
You got an ant collection there.
Oh, jeez. Have an ant collection. Where did that come from? Wash them through a cloth after I try to remove as much of the...
Are we taking out live bees then?
Yeah. Well, the ones that were flyers and like that, yes. Try to not take larvae, but just take the adult bees. But I'm going to try to take some of this pollen out as well.
Okay.
But if it was a pupa, yes, leave the pupa.
So you can see how much sugar they've eaten. See how swollen their abdomens are? Their crop is just absolutely huge. So they can't even fly anywhere. They're so fat right now just from eating up what they could in there. So do you want the young pupa, or do you want...
Yeah, pupa to stay, but the adults that flew in need to go.
Gotcha.
So, cloth.
Look at her trying to... She's like, oh,
I'm so close.
I'm right there, man. Go on, friend.
All right, which one do you want to use for the mite wash?
You pick. I was going to say,
no,
she's already
you don't
open.
You don't have to take one for the mite wash. Close them up. I can use this for the mite wash.
Okay.
We'll put this in the mite check kit.
Okay.
And then put it back in the can.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
So you don't have to take. You don't have to sacrifice more bees.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, all right.
So close
That's
them
cool.
up, and we'll do the. Oh, you're all good. Okay.
We're all closed.
Okay.
So there's 3 different ways that, or 4, depends on who you talk to doing a mite wash. Or you can do a sugar wash, which is very inaccurate, and you're using like powdered sugar, trichdeal, and it's the same thing.
On a day like today, that would be ridiculous.
Yep.
Yeah.
With the humidity.
The next one is an alcohol wash, and using alcohol, and that's what these bees are already in on the alcohol. And so what you're going to do is you're looking for, again, a half a cup, which is approximately 300 bees. And so whatever your numbers of varroa in there, you're going to divide by 3, and that's going to give you what your number is on it. And then there's another one that you can use CO2, use carbon dioxide. Again, it was developed to be able to put the bees to sleep. It looks pretty neat as the bees fall asleep
Thank
with
you,
the
Vanna.
carbon dioxide. And then all of a sudden, some of them don't wake up. So,
Thank you, Vanna. We appreciate that.
how many have had varroa kits? How many wants a varroa kit?
I do not
these
have
are
one.
free to registered beekeepers today.
Oh,
Today
oh.
only.
Do I get one?
Everybody who is a registered beekeeper
Whoop, whoop.
gets one. And if you are not registered, if you hand me a registration, you get one.
All right.
You get a mite check, and you get a mite check. Sorry,
I like it.
Did you mention Dawn? Yeah, so the alcohol, instead of using alcohol, not everybody can buy denatured alcohol or want to mess with the alcohol. So I use Dawn, and a lot of people go toward Dawn Ultra because it's a grease cutting. And at Dawn Ultra, 1 tablespoon to a gallon of water, and you use that water, soapy water, and you wash the mites in that soapy water in your mite check kit. And it seems to me that it gets the mites off as easy as well as the alcohol does.
During COVID, when alcohol was hard to find, not for me, but for, like, I was listening like on bee blogs and stuff, people were using vodka or just
80% vodka.
Yeah, they were just using or moonshine or using different things. Whatever you choose to use, make sure that it is a concentration enough that it is not, your bees aren't suffering. Make it quick. You know, if you're going to do, when you drop them in the alcohol, they die right away. Just don't let them suffer.
Does the Dawn kill them?
Yeah.
Yes.
Soap water drowns them, covers their cuticle and drowns them.
I've heard people using powdered sugar.
It's just not on a day like today. No, it's not accurate. If you want to use powdered sugar, this works with powdered sugar. So in the powdered sugar, you would do it a slightly different. You would scoop your bees into this cup. You'd put this on upside down. You put your powdered sugar. I put mine right through here. So you can put the powdered sugar on and just rub it, and the powdered sugar falls through. You put your lid on, and you give your bees a hard shake, harder than you think that you should, because you want them to be coated. You want the varroa to fall off. And then when you take this off, you would then in your pan shake, 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 shake really hard. But you got to hold this and shake all the powdered sugar out and wet the powdered sugar so the varroa are you know, that would work early spring, late fall when we don't have humidity. Because any type of humidity in the air is going to make that powdered sugar stick to everything, and then you're not getting an accurate varroa count.
It's already a very low accuracy. It's used because, again, people want to do it.
They want to save the bees.
Save the bees. But remember, this is 300 bees that you're killing, and that queen can lay anywhere between 1,200, 1,500, 2,000. Maybe not this time of year to 2,000 bees because of resources. But she can replace that 300 bees if there's room for them. This time of year, when you're going through your hives, you need to get ready for getting the winter. Start your wintering treatment now as soon as you harvest the honey. So that means those frames that are pollen bound and things like that, you may want to trade those out because, again, there's no place for the queen to lay. The queen has to have places that she can lay in order to get you your winter bees.
If you want to do the alcohol wash, you can do one individual colony. I'm gonna let that sit. So when you take your mite kit, I like to put my alcohol in here already, so that I just scoop the bees in the little colander, and then I can drop and do, and so that it's very quick and we don't have a lot of flyers. Or you can do the method like what we did if you want to bump them into the pan or bump them into a bucket and then just scoop right out of the bucket. That way is the easiest. So take your frame just like he did, and bump it right into your bucket, and then scoop them right up, drop them in your alcohol, because if you put the alcohol in last, you will get some flyers out. So inside of here are two lines. 300, 100 and 300, so you know where to fill it. But we're cheating today. A little bit of a cheat method. So the alcohol, and then I'm just going to dump the bees.
And you don't have to shake it like you're making a margarita. All you're wanting to do is
come
kind
on
of
now.
stir
Don't
them up.
ruin it for me.
The margaritas here.
So it looks like we got just about to the 300 line. If anybody wants to see that, you can see the 300 line there. Put the lid on, and we're going to do a fairly vigorous swirly swirl, and we want the alcohol to go in between the bees. Make sure my lid's on tight. And we're going to do a swirly swirl, sing a little song. No, I was going to, I typically sing, what did I sing when we were out doing that one? Shake, 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 Sonora. Sorry, I'm a terrible singer.
It's like Saturday Night
If everybody
Live.
else want to sing, come on.
What do you do, like a happy birthday and just kind of give them a good
You want about
agitation?
2 minutes.
Again, there's videos on the Honeybee Health Coalition website. There's videos on how to do all of these mite washes. That's why that varroa management tool is so fantastic. Again, you had 300 bees. Your threshold is based on 100 bees. So the number of varroa that you have on the bottom of that, you're going to divide by 3 to get your bee or your varroa per 100.
So you can do several ways to check. You can take your basket out, let it drippy drip, take it out and put it in here, and then you can hold this up to the light. I see a larva.
I
don't
see
know
a
how
larva.
That got in there. There's a larva.
Hard to see through the net.
It is. I don't see any obvious varroa though.
Anybody want to look? With the sunlight, it's perfect.
Yeah.
These little